Greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Or if this is the evening, I hope you had a great day. I was just thinking about the State of the Union in terms of little kids. And I guess when I say little kids, I mean from anywhere from college down. So maybe not so little kids. You know, have you ever watched Fox News, or I think it's the guy's name's Jesse Waters, and other channels do it. Other shows have done it, where they go out and they ask, you know, college-age students or high school students, and sometimes little elementary school students, you know, simple questions like, who were we fighting against during the Vietnam War? And, you know, 9 out of 10 college students will say we were fighting, you know, Zimbabwe or something. I mean, and, you know, why some people laugh at that, it always makes me cringe and want to cry at how pathetically, it's not even uneducated. I think the young people are being educated. They're being educated by tyrants and, you know, the old class of 65 hippies and bombers and, you know, Bill Ayers and his chick, and what was this other guy's name? Ward. Where the fuck that guy that, what was that guy's last name? Churchill, Ward Churchill. I mean, you know, it's no accident that our kids don't know anything anymore. And, you know, they work in tandem with these tyrant people that got into politics. And, you know, slowly but surely have taken away everything, removed God from everything, taken away Christmas, all of our customs that meant anything. And, of course, the Pledge of Allegiance. And that's what sort of the subject is today. I was thinking back to when all of us, when we used to start school, we always started our day out with the Pledge of Allegiance. And, you know, you remember when the channels went off the air, they played the Star Spangled Banner and blah, blah, blah. And as those traditions become further and further in the distance, our country slides further and further down, you know, spiraling toward hell, until we are so weak and so traditionalist and we have nothing in terms of a culture that we can call our own. Oh, but we're the melting pot. We're supposed to be mixed cultures. Hey, fuck you and anyone who thinks that way. All right, there's absolutely nothing wrong with American tradition, and we used to have it, and we need to get it back at any cost, because I'm not going to stand by and keep my mouth shut while this country gets dragged down to the fucking subterranean levels by people of the likes of Bill Ayers and Nancy Pelosi and all these other idiots. Clinton, who's probably going to be our next president. The topic of this short little video is, what do we do about it? Well, most of us just shake our heads in disbelief. Like I've been saying since I started this channel, we gnash our teeth. We collectively shake our heads. We wonder how the hell it got this way. My proposal to you is that we do something about it. Little steps. We do whatever it takes. You know, if I was my kids are all grown now. But if I had younger kids in my family, I am pretty sure that I would make them. And I don't mean like the great Santini make them. I mean, I would explain to them how things used to be and why they're not that way anymore. And I would start new traditions that are actually old traditions being revived. I would get a flag, which you should have at the house anyways, and if you don't, I would get one. And I would have my kids, before they left for school, put their hand on their heart and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Do you know how many adults don't know the words to the Pledge of Allegiance? Do you know how many adults don't know the words to the Star Spangled Banner? You know, these traditions, it may seem like a small step, but those little things will give them such respect for you as a parent when they're older and they look back on things, no matter how it turns out. It'll also give them respect for their country, and we can all agree that we need more of that. Not much to be respectful about these days, but we can't be throwing in the towel. I know in my house, every time we've had flags that get old, and they get old and tattered, you know, we always do a ceremony to destroy the flag, and we do it in full honor, and, you know, we recite things and I make sure that the kids were I always made sure that the kids were full participants. They understood what we were doing, and they talk about that to this day. So that's just one thing you can do. Maybe you guys have other ideas. Maybe you guys are already way ahead of me and you're doing something like this. Those of you that have small kids. And if you don't have small kids, but you got grandkids, talk to their parents and try to get them on board. We have got to start pushing back. And the way that this country has been, I almost want to say defeated. The way we've been brought so as close to defeat as we are is by the enemy, the hippies and tyrants and the American-hating liberals, was that they, rightfully so, they used a good tactic. They decided they couldn't win it fighting the cops in the street. So they went into the schools and all of the learning institutions, and they just started changing the very fabric of who we are. So we need to get into the schools and into the minds of young people and start repairing the fabric of this country. What are your guys' thoughts on that? You guys take care. LMS Tactical, I'm out.